Greetings there everyone and welcome back. In the last video, this is where we reached with our dashboard, and in this video we're going to create the interactions between the clicks of the page. We're going to be using jQuery for that, but before that, this this brown here, we don't want to be displayed if this sidebar is expanded. So what we're going to do for that, we're going to check for the sidebar, this one here, this one, and what we're going to do, we're going to hide it, then bring it back. So this one sidebar, no worries. This one it's on the navbar, this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this class and put here. I'm just also going to copy the toggle class and have it here. It will be minimized so that we cannot see it. If you go here now, we cannot see it. Okay, now let's start on uh, creating our jQuery code. And for us to be able to use the jQuery, we need the jQuery itself. So I'm going to search for jQuery, and I'll look for jQuery CDN. Just going to get any of these. I'll go with this one, and not in production. When I start going to production, when you're going to production, it's advised that you use the main file version of the jQuery, but for now that will service our needs. So I copied that, and I remember that the jQuery needs to come first of all the scripts that you're using. So after that, here I'm going to wait until the DOM is fully initialized. So just going to say when the DOM is ready, I'm going ahead and to say function, going to create a closure here. And for me to be able to test that, I'm just going to have an alert. I can allow anything so that I make sure that my jQuery is loaded. And sure enough, we have the jQuery loaded. Okay, so what I can do, I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to target two classes that we created. I'm going to say, I'm going to pass the class names, and the first one was minimized, and the second one was expanded. And I'm going to say on click, just going to say on click like that. Then I have a function, and I want to get the status of whatever class is clicked, with the minimized class or the expanded class. Minimized is when the sidebar is minimum, and expanded is when the sidebar is at the uh, full width. That's 220 pixels. I think that all we defined. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the status of the class that is clicked by the user, or I'll say let status. Remember, this status we defined, it is a data property on the elements with these classes. So I'll say let status be the same as whatever class is clicked data, and now we get in and get the sidebar status, whether it's minimized or is expanded. So I'm going to say sidebar, sorry, I'm going to say sidebar status, like that, and that will be our status. So what we're going to say, we're going to check if status is expanded or the status, if the status is active or is inactive. So I'm going to say if status is of course active, then I can do something else. For just security measures, I'm going to say if the status now is the other way around, I'm going to say if the status is now inactive, I do something else. So let's stay with when the status is active. So I'm going to say, I'm going to target the hide on minimized class that we define. So I'm going to say hide on minimized, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show, just going to call the show method, the jQuery show method on this class, and else of course I'm going to hide, going to call the hide, just going to call the hide jQuery method on the same class. So what I can do, let me just save that and try to do something. Nothing of course is going to work. So let's go ahead and see if we have an error. Just going to inspect, just make sure we don't have an error, and sure enough we do not have any error. So let's continue, and here what we're going to do, I'm going to target another class, this class that we said we going to call it toggle class. Remember we defined this class toggle class, then toggle, just going to call it toggle on this class, and now I'm going to hide whatever was clicked. So I'm going to say whatever you clicked, just hide it. So I'm just going to say this the hide, because it's going to show the other one. So this dot hide, let's see if we just going to save that, and I'm going to have that, and now we can see we click this one, it shows the other one, we click this one, it shows the other one, and hide itself like that. So far we have this one working correctly. So, and this one actually I'm going, when it's on this side, I'm not going to have it as a disk, but I want to have it as a cycle. So let me just search for it. It's on the nav bar, and I'm just going to have a cycle instead of a disk, so it will be like it's empty, yeah, like that. Okay, now let's continue. Let's continue and now hide the sidebar and the action on the other pages. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to target these classes. So the first class will be the sidebar section, and the other class will be main page section, Another class will be navbar section. Remember, we have these sections. So navbar section, and the other one will be the sidebar title. So sidebar title, and it's actually sidebar like that. So this one, I'm just going to remove class active, like that, and I am going to add on the same classes, add class in active, actually it's the other way around. I'm just going to copy this and have this one here. What did I just going to copy this and put, so I'm going to hide active and inactive, and I'm going to add class status to this one. So whatever status is coming, going to add to these classes like that. So let's go ahead and try to test that one and see if it shows us anything. So reload, and it's not responding. So let's go ahead and see what's happening. So I think we got some classes wrong. For example, this one should be main page. I'm just going to copy this, and then this one main page, and this one should be navbar, like that, sidebar title, and yeah, like that. Let's try that again and see if it works. Oh no, it's still not working. So let's try to log our status. So I'm just going to print the status around here and see what it's going to give us. Maybe you have a problem with that. So just going to refresh the page, and it's giving us undefined. Yeah, I think this is the problem. We should be using this one as data in, okay, still same as this, data status, data sidebar status, and data sidebar status. This is what we should be using. So just going to copy that and that data state here and that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace that one with this one. Going to save that, going to go ahead, click that. Now we have that, click it, comes again, and now we have that one. But one is not hiding. This title here should be hiding itself when we expand, and this one also should be hiding the dashboard and employee. We should only have the icons. So let's see what's happening with them. They should be hiding all of them. So let's go back to our code editor, and I think we have a typo here. It should be hide on minimized. I think I wrote his name wrongly. So minimized, hide on minimized, should be minimized. I had a typo there. So save, go back again here, try it out, and there we are. Now we are hiding on minimized sidebar. We are hiding the title and we are hiding the menu names. If we come back, we can see that we show the names. So let's go ahead and put on our image. For the image, what I'm going to do, just going back to my dashboard, this dashboard folder here, and on my desktop I have this uh, image here. Just going to copy, and inside the dashboard I'm just going to paste it there. And now in my code here, in my code for image, where is it? Here I'm just going to say icon 3.png, going to save that, and there we have the icon. So icon, I like that. What we can do here, we have text center, justify, yeah, it should be centered. So that is our dashboard. Now we have the dashboard. Of course, you can add whatever you want in your body like that. So let's go ahead and activate these menus on hover and click, and let's go down to jQuery here. So let me go ahead and remove this print or log. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to target the item. So I'm going to target the item class, and I'm going to say on event this item is clicked, going to have a function which is a closure now, and of course it's a class. So that's how I'm going to target the class. I just want not to go to another page the way it usually reloads when we click on it. So I'm just going to say e dot prevent default, and prevent default some methods built in jQuery method. So I'm just going to say this. I can just use this. So I want it to be outside though, so that I can use. Okay, I think I copied, then I did something else. I'm just going to say this. Now I'm going to remove the active class on all the other items. So remove class active, and I'm going to add the active class to the clicked item. So I will just say this dot add class active. So remove the active class on all these items and only add the active class on this item. So see, I remove on the, it's not removing. So let me see why. Item, it actually should be item. Going to click, it removes from the other class, and you can see this transition. Remember the transition that we had on the CSS. Now we click on this one, it removes the active from the other items and brings the active class to the current selected item. Let's go ahead and bring in the submenu for these ones. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm just going to target the nav menu. So again, going to do target the class nav menu. And what I'm going to say is on the event of mouse enter or mouse click, not mouse click, but on the event of mouse enter or click, I'm going to have function, which is for now a closure. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to hide all the menu or the sub menu. So I'm going to say n class having nav bar sub menu add class, just the way we've done with the item here. So it's the same I'm going to do here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to add the class dnone, which stands for display none, like but this now a bootstrap class to help us here to hide these submenus. And for this one, I'm going to remove the class dnone so that it's going to be displayed. So I'm going to say this. Remember, this is the menu, and we have to go one step inside to find this class. So I'm going to say this find. So we click on the parent, we go inside, find the class with navbar submenu, and on that class, on that submenu, we're going to remove class dnone so that it gets to be displayed. So I'm going to save, go ahead, and there we are. See, we can show the menu on mouse enter now, like that. So what we can do is bonus, we can say when the mouse leaves, then we are going to hide the submenu. When the mouse leaves any submenu class, we can say okay, then we can hide that submenu. So we can have mouse leave. Now we don't want this because we can only depend on mouse leaving any submenu. We're going to add this class. So this one we don't need to find anything because we are at that node. We are at this node, and it's the node that we are targeting. We want to hide that. You can say add class dnone for display none. So save, go ahead, come here, move out, I'm here, I move out, it disappears. I'm here, move out, it disappears. So that's the dashboard that we've created. We've come to the end of our session. You can now use this dashboard. It's very lightweight. I moved very slowly to make you understand what we're creating, but if you think that we're moving very slowly, I think you can just fast forward the video if you want to see something, and if you only want to see the idea, just fast forward the video. You can watch two pages. Just created for the absolute beginners who only want to see how they can create a custom dashboard for their application. They don't want to use heavy themes or heavy dashboards from the vendors. They don't want to pay. They want to learn how to create their own custom dashboards, and this is how you can start creating your own dashboards. If you think you want any help, please just reach out. Just comment down, and I will really get back to you. I will try my best to get back to you. And if you really want to integrate this theme in any any application that you're using that is using HTML in the front end as the language, or CSS the styling tool, or jQuery as the interaction too, please just reach out. And if you want to integrate this theme on other application, uh, other frameworks like Laravel, or you want to integrate this on pure PHP, either it is OOP or just procedural, just reach out to me, or just try it yourself. If you're not able to do it, just reach out to me and I'll show you how to do it. Or if you want to integrate this theme into a coordinator framework, go ahead and try it out. If you don't get on how to do that, just reach out to me and I'll be very happy to help. What I can say, we'll be using this theme a lot because be I'll be publishing so many solutions, so many problems that people face in their daily programming. I'll be posting some solutions, and I'll be using the same theme whenever I can. So thank you very much for taking this session to learn how to create your custom dashboard from the beginning. And if you have any questions and comments or even critics, please just drop them down as a comment, and I will address them as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and see you in another session. Goodbye.